Hello, good evening. My name is Bianca Richards, and today I'm going to be speaking with you about who God is. Now, for a start, I want everybody to understand that we are all here breathing on God's breath. Yes, that's right. This see-throughness that you are aware of, that you are breathing, you are consciously aware that you cannot see it, but you are breathing it. This is God. The same see-through formula that is up in the galaxy, in the universe, below the earth, which is in the water, this see-through substance, which could be called hydrogen. This see-throughness is the breath of God. This is how we are all created in God's image. The breaths we take in, if it wasn't for the breath, if it wasn't for the air, we wouldn't have our conscious thoughts arising. These thoughts trigger off vibrations. We are all breathing on the breath of God. This see-throughness that you can see, you are aware of it and it is aware of you. You are aware that you can see through it and you are breathing it, and it is aware of you. This see-throughness that we are conscious of can see everything. Now, I also wanted to clear up the topic of the man in the sky. There has been a lot of misconception in regards to the man in the sky. Like, people asking, who is this man in the sky then? Well, it's very simple. I'm just going to break it down for you extremely quickly. In astrology, there are 12 signs. Now, starting with Aries, which is the head, going to Taurus, which is the neck. Then we go to Gemini, which is the arms. And then we go to Cancer, which is the chest. And then we go to Leo, which is the heart. And then we go to Virgo, which is the intestines. We then go to Libra, which is the hips. And then we go to Scorpio, which is the sexual organs, the genitals. We then go to Sagittarius, which is the thighs. We then go to Capricorn, which is the kneecaps. We then go to Aquarius, which is the shins. And then we go to Pisces, the feet. All these 12 signs together and these body parts which I've listed out to you, if you put it all together, it creates a man in the sky. So everybody on this earth has a star sign. I don't really want to go too much into star signs right now, as we are just talking about who God is, but I had to clear that up for you, as these are questions that will come up from some people. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just give you the answers right here. But yes, God is actually the air we are breathing on. God is here with us every single day and every single night. We see God every single day and every single night without realizing that this we are breathing on is God. So yeah, so we've disclosed now the man in the sky, right? We've just disclosed the man in the sky. So basically, this is a concept an ancient concept, rather, coming from the constellations. The man in the sky is an ancient concept of people trying to explain the constellations. Okay, so the constellations, again, like I said, is the star signs, each star sign from Aries to Pisces. Okay, and there is the constellations in each one of those signs. The stars make up the constellations, and the constellations are the signs, and the signs make up a man in the sky, and we are all a piece of this man in the sky. Right, so let's start here. As you can see, we're going to point out G, O, and D. It's spelt backwards. If you are to read hydrogen, but you do get the words G, O, and we have D. Okay, in the word hydrogen. So now we're going to do some research on what hydrogen is made of. What is hydrogen made of?
According to Wikipedia, for the most common isotope of hydrogen, each atom has 1 proton, 1 electron, and no neutrons.
Okay, 1 proton, 1 electron, and no neutrons. Okay. What is the air made of?
According to NASA climate change, the air in Earth's atmosphere is made up of approximately 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. Air also has small amounts of other gases, too, such as carbon dioxide, neon, and hydrogen.
I want you to remember hydrogen.
Hydrogen is God's breath.
Yes, hydrogen is God's breath. Hydrogen.
How can you explain that hydrogen is God's breath?
Okay. We're gonna break it down anyway. What hydrogen is, right? Hydrogens are made of electrons and protons. Electrons and protons are made of quarks, and quarks are made by itself, which is made by nothing. Now we're breathing on air. If you cut this air off, there's no breath in you. Therefore, we are breathing on something that has infinite life. This air that we are breathing is God's breath. So that's why I said that.
But again, don't forget when you die, the air is still blowing.
Yes.
You know, you're talking about the breathing.
Yeah.
Even you stop breathing,
Yeah.
right now I can stop breathing and I'm not dead. Guess what? I can stop breathing 2 minutes and I'm not gonna dead. And I can look you like this.
But we're not saying pretending to die. We're talking about it's a difference in pretending to die and dying. It's a big difference in pretending to die and actually dying. So like we are breathing, and that is what is making art. That if it wasn't breathing, your heart wouldn't be beating. You wouldn't be able to be thinking. You wouldn't have no intelligence to even answer back, right? You are breathing on divine knowledge, divine information, frequency, energy. The air contains all of these things. Protons and electrons are a fundamental part in a lot of the things that's playing out, and just hydrogen is basically God's breath.
It's God's breath.
Yeah.
For me, from my understanding, I can see like God breath. You know what is God breath? How God breath gonna look like?
The air.
The air.
Yeah. God's breath is gonna look like the air. That's what God's breath is gonna look like.
Yeah, because my understanding of God,
it's gonna look see-through. That we're breathing on breath. It's gonna look see-through. It's transparent.
Yeah, that transparent is the breath of the trees. The trees are throwing that, and you taking it.
It has hydrogen in it. It has oxygen in it. The trees have oxygen in it.
Yeah.
It's breathing on. It has H2O. It's the water.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these things are part of this see-through substance, this hydrogen substance.
Mm-hmm.
So this substance is found in all the life force feeding things, humans, animals, plants, galaxy, you know, yeah.
Yeah, but again, if you said it's God breath, we are breathing.
Yeah.
I understand one thing.
Yeah.
About this oxygen we are breathing. It's not that one. Is not the oxygen. It's not God thing. That one.
Hydrogen is God's breath.
Yeah, it's God. Like example, my understanding I'm giving you. Like, if you said oxygen is God breath, then
Hydrogen is God's breath. Hydrogen.
is that one is God breath.
Hydrogen.
And that hydrogen, where you can find it, is in the water and is the sea through. We can see
we're
like
gonna do the research here. What is hydrogen made of?
According to Wikipedia, for the most common isotope of hydrogen, each atom has 1 proton, 1 electron, and no neutrons.
Right, that's what I told you. 1 proton, yeah? 1 electron and no neutrons, okay? Okay, let's find out what electrons and protons are made of. What are electrons and protons made of?
According to Bijus, neutrons, electrons, and protons are made up of quarks, which are held together by gluons.
Quarks. Okay, let's find out what quarks is made of. What is quarks made of?
According to Inspirit, quarks, as we know them, are elementary particles, meaning they don't have any constituents. They are the excitation of the quantum field that corresponds to them.
What are quarks made of?
According to Reddit, according to the standard model of particle physics, quarks are fundamental and are not made of anything.
Right. Quarks are not made of anything. You hear that? Right. So, this hydrogen thing is why, this is why I am saying that hydrogen is God's breath. You understand? So when you go and you look for, you start looking for the creator. Okay, what is that? What is this? What is that? It's made out of nothing. Which is the air? What is the air? My hands are going through it right now. But I'm breathing on it.
And you can't see it.
I can't see it, but I'm conscious that this is the air. I know that this is the air. I know that I'm breathing on it. It has infinite life. It is the life giver. Right? So, yeah. You got any more questions?
Yeah, any more questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do have one. Like you said, again, I'm gonna go back there. You said hydrogen is the breath of God.
Yes.
And God tell us,
Yes.
He create his world down here.
Yeah.
We live in here, he's not part of here. He's in here, but he's not part of here. So we cannot quote him inside here.
We are breathing on God's breath. Okay? There's many things.
So God will make like this, and we take it.
It ebbs and flows, like the wind. Like when it stops, it's not windy and it is windy. It breathes too. Yes, as we breathe, it breathes, but it's infinite life, eternal life. It's
So
the
God-
life giver. It never
God
dies.
breathes.
Nothing can kill God. Infinite, immaculate. They'll be putting things in the air. They're only going to kill themselves. People be trying to destroy the world. Guess who they're going to destroy? Just themselves. Because the Creator is immaculate. You see, when you start tracing what is it made of, it is made of itself nothing.
Yeah,
So-
to
so-
confuse you, so that you cannot know him.
It's not to know. That's what it is. They're asking they're finding what it is. It is made of itself. The air, it's hydrogen. We asked what is hydrogen because we're thinking about what are you breathing on. Well, you have to think about, okay, I'm breathing on, are you not breathing on God's breath? You need to think who's where. If God put breath into man, where, how? We are breathing on the breath. Then everything, all the stories are not just stories, they're actual things that happened. And they're things that's happening now. Right?
Yeah.
We've always been breathing on God's breath. God, see, that's how people say, God, when people say, oh, God's everywhere, you know, it's not just a myth. This see-throughness is conscious of you, it's conscious of me, it's looking at me, it's looking at you.
Yeah. You're right.
So, any
Then
more
continue.
questions?
Yeah, continue from the hydrogen.
Yeah, any more questions?
No, for there you pass now. So just continue the story.
Okay, so that's it.
Yeah, you
So
stop there.
basically, hydrogen is made of electrons and protons. Electrons and protons are made of quarks. It's also made of a neutron. There's also neutrons, and neutrons also are made up of quarks. Quarks are made up of itself, which is made up of nothing. And the four fundamental interactions, which is the electromagnetic, the gravity, the weak and the strong. They are also components of protons and electrons, which go back to quarks. And basically, yeah, they all keep going back to the same thing. Atoms. Let's see what atoms are made up of. Let's go back, because that's the last thing that it's going to go back to. But what are atoms made of?
According to TechTarget, an atom consists of a central nucleus that is surrounded by one or more negatively charged electrons. The nucleus is positively charged and contains one or more relatively heavy particles known as protons and neutrons.
So we could say hydrogen, L. You see this L? Mm-hmm. This electrons. We could say maybe this is even where the name Elohim came from. L. This, you get what I'm saying, because this electron is in everything. This neutron is in everything. So the neutron, the electron and the protons, they're in everything. And they are quarks. And quarks is made up of nothing. That means it's yourself. There's no, it's these things are what the air is. This is what hydrogen is. When you ask what is hydrogen, okay, what is hydrogen made of? Hydrogen is made of protons and neutrons. Hydrogen is made of protons and electrons. Protons and electrons are made of quarks, and quarks are made up of nothing. Right? Mm-hmm. So, okay, so if hydrogen is made up of protons and electrons, and they are quarks, and quarks is made up of nothing, that means that hydrogen it has created itself. It's itself. There's nothing. It's itself. A lot of people have questions about who God is, what God is. So today I've just made a short video explaining. Woo! Nearly lost the whole mic. Damn. Don't want to do that. Oh, damn. I think I broke the mic. I broke my mic. God is everywhere. When you think God is not looking, that's why the elders always say, when you think God is not looking, God is looking. Yeah. We are breathing on God's breath, and that is how we are all God's children, believe it or not. We are all breathing on God's breath. Let me say that again. We are all breathing on God's breath, and this is how we are all God's children. Thank you all for joining me on this short video about who is God. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. And yeah, I'll definitely catch you up soon.